Hey everyone, it's Rock for Cash, the People's Champ, coming to you live from Cash Stadium. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to week 5 of Rock for Cash's prison with this fucking leg. In this video, we will be previewing week 7 of the FNFL. But before we get into that, we always have a song. Rock for Cash this week has chosen a song from 1979. It's a song called Rasputin by Boney M. Just give you an idea for those of the uneducated out there. Grigory Rasputin, he was a Russian mystic and self-proclaimed holy man who was an advisor to the last Tsar in Russia, Tsar Nicholas. This bloke, they tried to kill him that many times. They poisoned him, they stabbed him, they fucking did everything to him, but the cunt just wouldn't die. So he was basically lived from 1869 to 1916. He eventually was assassinated in 1916, and Boney M back in the late 70s decided to put out a song to honour this man. Don't know why, he was a bit of a prick from what I heard. So we'll have this playing in the background. Yeah, Boney M, Rasputin. Nice bouncy song to have the cash up and about today. So let's have a look. We're up to week 7. Who would have thought? It's going so quickly this year. Unbelievable. So in the first game, we got Rock for Cash up against Archie's All-Stars. Rock for Cash at the moment are 3-3 in 8th spot, and Archie's All-Stars 4-2 in 3rd spot. Archie's have won 4 in a row. The Cash is 1 in a row. Computer has this one at 88.35 to the Cash, 84.86 to Archie's All-Stars. It's an interesting game, this one. There's a fucking massive amount of buys this week. I don't know if it's 6 or 8 teams that are on buys this week. So it's playing fucking havoc in the FNFL from what I can see in all the team lists. Look, Archies are in a real tough spot. They've got no quarterback and no defense. So, you know, that could be 30, 40 point lead advantage to the Cash before the game even starts. And really, they've only got a couple on the bench that could come in, but they're not quarterbacks and they're not defenses. The Cash are also being hit pretty hard. He's got basically 5 of his 6 players either injured or on buys as well. So as we go through this, you'll see the buys and injuries are absolutely playing havoc in the FNFL. And with that, I think the Cash will get over the top of Archie's All-Stars. Probably wouldn't if the playing field was pretty level with him having a quarterback and a defense. But I think the Cash will get the chocolates in this one, basically because he's got Mahomes, who could score between 20 and 30, and that'll, you know, put him in great stead in this game. In the next game, Team Mazza's up against Young Remix Killers. Young Remix Killers are 3-3 in 7th spot, losing last week. And Team Mazza 3-3 in 6th spot, dropping their last 2 games. Computer has this one, the Killers at 99.03 and Team Mazza 74.71. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, the buys and injuries are killing these teams. Team Mazza, no tight end at this stage, and no players on the bench that can come in. He'd have to drop someone. And for Young Remix Killers, they've basically got 1 player on the bench that could come in. So, you know, there's 11 out of 12 players on the bench that can't actually play this week because of buys, injuries, IRs, whatever. So I think with that being said, I'd have to go with Young Remix Killers in this one. Team Mazza, I just don't think this team's strong enough. There's a lot of really good players on the bench on injuries and buys, so I'm going to tip Young Remix Killers. In the next game, this is going to be an absolute fucking ripper of a game. The Little Cup. It's never been this big before, ever. This is first versus second. Little River Giants are 5-1 on top. Little Waiters 4-2 in 2nd spot. Little Waiters projected to get 112.86 and Little River Giants 99.71. Both have got full teams. Little Waiters only has 1 player on a bye, and 4 of the 6 for for Little River Giants can't play in this game either. I think that Little Waiters will bounce back and go back to the top of the ladder in this one. In the next game, the Brother-in-Law's Cup, we've got Moneymakers up against the Browns. Moneymakers 96.36, the Browns 71.39. The Browns at the moment, yeah, they're in a world of hurt. They've picked a quarterback who's not playing. They've still got a wide receiver and a tight end on buys. They've got 2 players on the bench that won't play. So he needs to jiggle that around a little bit if he wants to be any sort of a chance. At the moment, Moneymakers don't have a kicker. 3 players on a bye, 1 doubtful and 1 IR. So it's just absolute carnage at the moment in the FNFL. So Cash is just going to go with Moneymakers. At the moment, they're 2-4 in 10 spot, and the Browns are 1-5 in 11 spot. So it's sort of like a Gold Coast versus Fremantle game with who gives a fuck sort of cup. But the Cash is interested. If anyone, the Cash is interested in this game, and he'll go with the Moneymakers. In the next game, look, this could be an absolute pearl of a game as well. We've got the Dark Side up against Sheba Kamini. Both of them are in fine form. The Dark Side 113.96. They're 4-2 in 5th spot. And Sheba Kamini 98.98, 4-2 in 4th spot. So we've actually got some good games this week. The Dark Side, they've got a full team in. They've got 3 people on buys and 1 questionable. Yeah, look, Shiva needs to play around a little bit in here. He's got a running back on IR. He needs to fix that up. He's got a couple of A Browns that are questionable. And he's got 3 on buys and 1 questionable, 1 IR on the bench. So, again, he's fucking been devastated by what's going on this week. Look, I don't know. Look, I'm probably going to have to go with the Dark Side in this one again because Shiva would have to drop some good players to fill in those holes. So we'll go with the Dark Side to win this one. So I think the Cash will beat Archies. I think the Killers will beat Team Mazza. Little Waiters should beat Little River Giants. Moneymakers should beat the Browns. The Dark Side should beat Sheba Kamini. And finally, in the last game, Smooth Criminal are up against Mitch's Mongrels. Smooth Criminal 113.65, Mitch's Mongrels 62.54. Fucking hell. So let's have a look at what's going on here with these teams. Okay, so Smooth Criminal at the moment, they've got a full side in, 1 questionable tight end, and on the bench 3 buys and a questionable running back. For Mitch's Mongrels, they've got a couple of questionable players in their side, a running back and a wide receiver, no kicker, no defence. They've got 2 people on buys and no kicker or defence on their bench. So they're going to have to either drop some players or actually just give this one away. And look, I think Smooth Criminal will probably get the chocolates. I mean, the computer's tipping her to win by 50 points, so I'd be crazy to tip against her. She's lost the last 5. She's 1-5 on the bottom. Mitch's Mongrels, they did win last week. They're 2-4 in 9th spot. But, yeah, I think, Min, you're pushing shit uphill in this one, mate. I think Smooth Criminal will win. So that's pretty much the preview for week 7. Let's have a look on the NFL to see who's playing who. At the moment, on the Friday game, we've got the Denver Broncos up against the Cleveland Browns. The late games on Monday, we've got 2 games at 7:05. The Eagles are playing the Raiders and the Lions are playing the Rams. The 7:25 games, the Bears are up against the Buccaneers. That should be a good game. And the Texans up against the Cardinals. That'll be a fucking nightmare for the Texans. The late game on the Monday, the Colts and 49ers. That should be okay. And to round things off will be the Saints against the Seahawks on Tuesday at 11:15. So enjoy your week 7, guys. Hopefully you can get through with not too much carnage. Hopefully you can swap some players around so you can get a team on the field, because there's a lot of you that need to do a lot of fiddling over the weekend. So with that, enjoy week 7. That's a cash out.